Previously on Survivor Branford. In the wake of Brandon's vote out, Sarah faced her first adversity in the game. Collecting herself and understanding the decision that was made, Sarah reconnected with Dennis and Tasha, both of whom she had a long-standing relationship with in the game. Unbeknownst to Sarah, that ship had sailed, with the rest of the tribe in full agreement that she'd be the next to go. When Sarah couldn't win immunity, the plan proceeded along with Dennis, Pat, Haley, and Tasha ready to write her name down. Just before Tribal Council, Haley and Tasha realized that the way the votes broke down could allow them to form a two-person majority and put an alternate plan into motion. At Tribal Council, there was no short supply of shock as Tasha and Haley voted for Dennis, causing a tie between him and Sarah. And with the revote a mere formality, Tasha and Haley finished what they had started, voting out Dennis and moving everyone just one more vote from the end of the game. 4 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
I was like, oh, Haley has the idol, I'm out. And that's when I was like running around everywhere.
Yeah, you kept voting. You're like, I talked to you.
You were talking to people. I was like, get away from Haley.
You guys know that you had an idol? Yeah. No.
Yeah.
You knew.
I didn't know, but I was like,
You thought she had it.
yeah.
I knew that you had a clue, so I'm not shocked. Good on you for saving it till now.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
If I was in the final three, I would probably first bring up the Tim vote that we had back when he played the huge idol, and I was like, we need to split the vote, because if Tim has an idol, then it's gonna be whoever he voted for. So that was one of my big moves. I feel like I've played an extremely good social game this year compared to last year. My goal this year was to not be as strong as a challenge competitor like I was last year, so I feel like that kind of worked out in my favor because one, the challenges were hard, and two, I was kind of trying to throw them a little bit, some of them in the beginning. Towards the end I was trying a little harder, and then just keeping that idol hidden and that big move that I made with Dennis.
I'm assuming you voted for me.
Pat voted for you.
Whoa, okay. Well, thank you guys so much.
If I was wondering, I would go for Dennis.
Yeah.
Like, he's played so many times, and he's played so many different games. Yeah. Like, I would go for Dennis. Yeah. I just felt like I couldn't beat him.
So what do you guys think? All girls final three?
I say if Pat doesn't win, then it's very easy
Okay,
to do that.
I agree.
And if he does, I would love it all.
That would be fantastic.
I feel like we all have our own strengths and stories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I want them to take me to 3 thinking I have a different story. I think they have a more compelling story. I've survived every tribal, so I think I have a really good story, but still trying to make them not see me as a threat. Well, I have a very different story than all of you guys, so I hope that's like a plus for you guys to think like taking me to final, because you're telling a super different story than I am, and we'll just like see, are you
go from
still down to take me to 3 if I don't win? So what are you thinking?
Well, let me start off by asking you a question.
Yeah.
Is it going to be me on the outs if you went to the final three or what?
I have wanted you in the finals because I think you have caused rifts. So
Okay.
I've always wanted you in my final 3, but you've never committed to me that you
That's
want me
true.
in your final
That's
3.
true. Yeah.
But I've asked you so many times, like,
So
would
then-
you go to 3 with me?
That's true.
I feel so torn, so I want to know where your head's at. I feel like me and Haley orchestrated the Dennis vote, so I feel like it's better for me if she's gone, because then I can take credit for it. I'm the only one left, but I think Sarah's a huge jury threat because she has a lot of ties to the newbies.
Like I said up at the table, I knew I was going to be on the wrong side of that Dennis vote, but you know what? Either way, I feel like the target's going to be on my back. You know, when they split the vote like that, I'm going to show my buddy D-Dog some support. And now the only thing I feel I can really do is win this thing. And if that's the only thing I can do, then that's the only thing I can do. So let's do it.
Do you think Sarah is a bigger threat than Haley for the jury?
I go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Haley does have friends on the jury, I feel like.
Who do you want to take the final three now? Pat or
I think
Sarah?
you Pat.
Are you worried about just Pat going completely rogue again?
But I don't think people are going to respond to that. You guys know him better than me, but like I'm not threatened in the jury. I could be completely naive, but like I don't think he's going to get votes.
I don't know. I just feel like
this
Dennis
is a
is
good final 3.
Historically,
We
it
all
would be
have
in
our
my
own
favor.
stories.
Yeah.
I think this will be really solid.
I feel like it would be more beneficial for me to go into the finals with Pat there. Tasha's gonna have good kitties in the final 3. I think that she can't make it to the final 3.
Go! Each of the castaways taking a relaxed pace to begin. This will likely be a very long challenge, so conserving energy will be key. Everyone hoping they've selected a bag with a puzzle piece inside. For each bag with a piece, there are 2 others with only a blank tile. Pat, Sarah, and Tasha coming up empty on their first trip.
Haley has her first puzzle piece.
Each castaway searching for 5 pieces in the yard before moving on to the next station.
Tasha with her first piece.
Sarah and Pat each now with a piece. The gathering phase of the challenge certainly luck dependent. The worse luck you have, the more important your conditioning becomes, as you'll need to be making more trips. Tasha and Haley each with their second piece. Sarah with her second piece. Pat with number 2, and Tasha in the early lead with 3.
Here's another blank. Here's Pat. He got nothing.
Haley with a third piece. This yard station the easiest of the bunch with only a short run over a flat surface. Sarah with her third piece. Pat has his third. The women each with 4 pieces, only 1 more to find at this station.
Yes! Sarah has her fifth piece. She's onto the beach. Sarah in the lead.
A bit tougher running on sand and having to jump the ledge back to the start. Everyone else hoping to join her. Tasha onto the beach, and Sarah with her 6th piece. Pat with some early bad luck. There are 4 more pieces to find on the beach for a total of 9 of the 16 needed.
Haley to the beach.
And Pat's through, everyone now at the second station. Pat trying to turn his luck around and make up ground. He's got his 6th piece. Sarah with 7, trying to hold her lead. The rest of the castaways starting to get on a roll too. Everyone pushing themselves in this final challenge of the season. Pat and Sarah with 8 pieces, Tasha with 8, Haley on 6. Sarah, Pat, and Tasha 1 more piece away from moving to the 3rd station. And Tasha has her 9th piece. She's taken over the lead and is on to the 3rd station. This station the furthest away from the start, which makes every additional trip so costly. Pat done with the beach.
Oh my god.
All but Haley are onto the 3rd station. 4 more pieces to find here, giving them 13 of the full 16. Haley's still looking for her final beach piece.
Oh my god!
Luck not on Haley's side. Pat with his 10th piece pulling even with Tasha.
Haley finally done with the beach.
And now everyone onto the 3rd station. Pat and Tasha with 10 pieces, Sarah and Haley with 8. The heat taking a toll on the castaways, several taking precious seconds for some water. Everyone continuing to battle. No one wants to be sitting at tribal council with regrets from this challenge. A quick flurry of pieces, Pat and Tasha with 11, Sarah and Haley at 10. The challenge wearing on Pat as he stumbles going for his next bag. Everyone looking for that 2nd, and probably 3rd gear to get through this challenge.
And the Survivor gods Listen to Sarah's plea.
Tasha with her 12th piece. Pat has 13. He takes over the lead and is on to the final station.
Yeah! 2 in a row! Oh my god!
The emotional aspects of this challenge on full display as Pat attacks the final station, which is both far from the start and has a flight of stairs to clear.
2 in a row, guys.
Pat now only with 2 pieces left.
Oh my god! 3 in a row!
Sarah with 3 successful trips in a row, moving her on to the final station.
Oh, thank God. Oh my God.
Tasha onto the final station with just 3 pieces to go. Sarah multitasking as she makes the climb.
Not a runner.
But you're making it look good. You're 3/4 of the way there. Got another piece.
Pat still with the lead, needing only 2 pieces. Sarah and Tasha with 3 left. Haley 4 more and still on the 3rd station.
Sorry.
The castaways finding that inner strength to keep going. But Tasha would tell you that these stairs are a killer.
Yes! 2 left.
Sarah with 2 pieces to go. And Pat's down to his final piece.
Thank God.
Haley not giving up. She's onto the final station with 3 pieces left to find. Little separation as everyone at the final station. Pat needs 1 last piece. Tasha and Sarah need 2 more, and Haley 3 more. No lead is insurmountable as the luck element of this challenge can't be ignored. Pat throwing himself up those stairs in what could be his final trip.
Oh my God.
Tasha with a piece.
Yeah.
She needs 1 more.
Alright, 1 left.
Sarah, Pat, and Tasha with just 1 piece left. Haley still needs 3. Pat showing us all both the difficulty of this challenge and how badly he wants it.
Pat has all 16 pieces. He's going to start on the puzzle. Sarah has her final piece. She's going to start on the puzzle.
Sarah and Pat now in a race to put this image together. As they gathered pieces, were they able to spend any time thinking about what the image would be? Tasha and Haley still fighting for their spot in the final 3. A very tough assignment now to do a puzzle after such an exhausting task retrieving all of the pieces. Sarah drops a piece, costing her a second she may not be able to afford losing. But here's Tasha. She's ready to start on the puzzle. Sarah and Pat close to tied. This might come down to a photo finish. The first of Season 9's final 3 about to be determined.
Done. Pat, call me first. Pat! Yes! Pat, come on over.
Good job, Pat.
Congratulations, you are into the final 3 of this game. Individual immunity is yours. Thank you. Very much earned. Unfortunately, after that great effort on all of your part, one of you will fall just short of the final tribal council and become the 11th person voted out of Survivor Branford.
You can just tell me if you want to vote me out. That's fine. I'm not gonna vote for you.
No,
I'm gonna vote
I
for
think
Haley.
I need to vote out Haley because we both made the Dennis move, and then if she's gone, then it's my move.
Yeah.
I think she probably wants to take credit for it. I want to take credit for it.
If Pat says to you that they're gonna vote for me, is that gonna just make it easy for you to vote for me?
Would you want to go fire?
I would do fire. I mean, if it's fire getting voted out, I'll
Yeah.
do fire. We were like, just don't let Pat win.
I know.
I'm incredibly bummed. I was literally 1 or 2 seconds from winning the final 4 immunity, and I would have been in the final 3. But now I think I'm the easy person to vote out here. It was basically anybody but Pat. The 3 girls would have taken out Pat, but Pat won immunity. Honestly, I think it might be me and Haley making fire against each other.
So, do you want to go to fire? Yes or no? I don't, if I'm being honest. I don't want to do a 2-2 split and then have to go fire.
Okay, so vote for Tasha.
I think so.
It's either, yeah, because it's either we go to fire or I vote for Tasha.
Yeah.
She's the only newbie here.
Yeah,
So I
seriously,
think
if
it
we
makes
do
sense
3
for the 3 of us to
Yeah.
work together for Tasha.
Okay.
I know we
How you
both
wanna
lied
do
to
it?
each other's faces like
I know.
several times in this game,
But
to get together on the last vote.
No, seriously. If we have to band together now is the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, not my challenge. Oh my god, that was a lot. I just hope that I can now kind of get my way into that final 3 and figure out a plan to keep myself here after that big move that I made. I hope that I'm not seen as too much of a threat to bring to final 3, but I'm gonna try to work my way in there. I'm sure you feel like good right now, like you
Really?
made it. This is your goal.
I was like, I think this is it. Like, either I win this thing, or I don't think I make it to the end.
Yeah.
Because I knew I was the odd man out from the last vote.
Oh, Tasha.
Like Tasha.
She kind of has a story of coming up from the ashes. She's kind of a fan favorite, I'd say,
You
from
think
the
so?
season. Yeah, I think she played a good game.
I mean, she is likable.
Yeah.
For sure.
What did I tell you? Listen, I'm not gonna pretend that it didn't take a little bit of luck. Yeah, I'm not used to running long distance. I haven't done it since I was in like high school. I'm just glad I won, man. I needed to win one of them at some point, and I won at the perfect time. And I did it by literally pushing myself as hard as I could. If I had let up even for a moment, literally one moment, it would have made the difference. I'm proud of myself.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Are you going to vote for me?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
But I
I think
will-
we have such different stories. Like, I think you 3 being all renewal, like, it's harder to differentiate yourself. But you have a very different story than I do.
Okay.
I don't know if the newbies hate me because I'm the only newbie left. I feel like they could be very bitter and lean towards you guys.
They don't want people going to fire.
You don't want that.
No, because it doesn't help me at all.
I think whoever wins fire would have a huge
I know,
advantage though,
that's-
so I don't think we can do that. Would you want to make a big move and like give someone your necklace?
Ha! No.
Okay.
I've done enough crazy things this game.
Okay. I cannot get anything out of Pat which way he's voting.
He's
I have
giving
no
me
idea.
nothing. I told him what I wanted.
I was like, "Are you voting for me?" He was like, "I can't tell you that." I was like,
Excellent.
"I was like, are you voting for Haley?" He's like, "I can't tell you that." I was like, "So it's Sarah." He's like, "I will respectfully tell you when it's time."
What do you mean when it's time? Are you
I
going to
know.
tell us a whole speech on the tribal?
I think I'm probably gonna get some votes. If I was them, I feel like the natural choice is to get out the one newbie left in 4. I really needed that win and I didn't get it, but I'm hoping the relationships I built with Sarah and Haley make them target each other and not me. And hopefully I've controlled my threat level enough. They're comfortable bringing me to final tribal over each other. I just want to pitch, like, I really want to go with you.
Yeah.
I feel like you and me have very different stories. Pat has his own thing. You, me. Yeah.
Okay.
I just need to know what that is.
So crazy play, because I know we wanted 3
Yeah.
girls. Do you think you could convince Pat to give you the necklace? I don't think so either.
He'll be like, "Are you crazy?" I feel like you could easily beat me and Haley. Tasha, I feel like would give you a run for your money. She's got that underdog story. She also was instrumental in getting Dennis out.
Yeah.
Left you in the dark for that.
None of us are getting anything from Pat.
I feel like I just need to know, I need to talk to him again and see, what's going on.
No, we're just like, we don't know what Pat's doing.
Yeah.
This stinks because really the only thing I can do here is lie to somebody's face. And I think that's the move to do. Like, really open and honest this whole time. So I think if I can just commit to the lie now, fib it up.
I just feel like I've played a pretty loyal game to you.
Oh, I think you should start working on your jury speech. Hey, congratulations.
Thank you. You too.
Did you talk to Pat?
What did he say?
I did.
You look so happy.
Oh my god. If he's not lying to me, he told me that to prepare my speech for the jury. So, don't get me wrong, I love Tasha and I have loved playing with her, but I can see myself winning if I brought Sarah to the final three instead of her, which makes me really upset and sad. I just feel like she has a very strong case right now and she has all the newbies on her side, I'm sure. I'm voting for Tasha. I know, I feel bad voting for her, but I'm gonna vote for Tasha. She's such a great person and she's played a very, very, very good game, but she's gonna totally coast us. Yeah.
So I think my biggest chance right now is banking on Pat and Haley to vote for Tasha. I think it makes sense for Pat to vote for Tasha, and I think it makes sense for Haley to vote for Tasha. Tasha's got the underdog story, the only member left of the newbie tribe. Or maybe I just don't know what's going on like I haven't the past 2 votes. If I was you, I would vote out Tasha.
I think Haley's going that way too.
Yeah.
Pretty sure on that?
I'm down to vote out
Okay.
Tasha. 100%.
Alright.
I think that makes sense for all 3 of us.
I think it's me. I think it's the 3 returners.
I think everybody thinks it's them except for Pat.
I think you guys have a better story if I'm there with you because you can differentiate yourself from me.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm voting for Haley.
Okay. I'm just saying it because I think you're voting for me.
I understand.
I'm voting for
I'm
Haley.
voting for Haley.
I feel like you guys are probably thinking me, but I think the returners and the newbies would be split amongst the 3 of you because you all have very different stories.
Yeah.
But if you have me there, then I think it's a better chance for you guys. I could have a very bitter jury with all the newbies not wanting to vote for me. I mean, if I was them, I'd be pretty bitter, being the only newbie left. So I feel like it's stronger if it's you and me, Pat.
Okay.
I've said you and Pat for
For
like
a long
3
time.
rounds.
I know.
Yeah. I think it's me. I'm counting on Pat to vote Sarah. If Haley votes for me and Sarah and Haley vote together, we'd go to fire. I just hope Pat votes for Sarah. Sarah tried to get him out the last 2 rounds, so hopefully he wants to get her out. I'm hoping I can trust him. So you're actually voting for Sarah? Yes. Because she voted for you the last 2 rounds, or?
There's a few things. I'm gonna pick the person whose game I can like draw the most contrast against, if that makes sense.
Which I think is me. I think we are the most contrasted, so I think we should be in final tribal together. I've said us as a final 3 for so long.
Oh, I see. That's what you're
So
saying. Yeah,
I think Sarah getting out makes the most
Yeah,
sense because
right.
you, Haley, and me were very different.
Yeah, I've been like so straight up with her, as you know, like to a fault.
Yeah.
So like she, like I feel like she buys it.
Then it's going to be 1 vote me, and then hopefully
3
3
votes
votes
Sarah. That's what we need.
Me and Pat are voting Sarah. Sarah's going to vote for me. So
Okay.
if you vote for me, then it'll be me, Sarah, fire. Which I think would give either of us a big resume thing. So I'm not going to switch. I would go to fire. So if the 3 of us vote Sarah, then it'll be Sarah.
Are you really going Sarah? Seriously? Yes. Okay. Okay. I don't want to go fire, so.
Pat, you're good, right?
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, we've made it to the final 4. This is your last chance to influence the direction of the game before we hand over control to the jury. Haley, what was the immediate aftermath of the Dennis vote out?
We were really upset. That was a really hard vote for me, and I know it was a shock to some people. There was nothing personal about it. It was all just game stuff, and I feel horrible about it, and I think that challenge kind of helped us run our energy out and kind of forget about it for a minute, so sadness was what we were feeling.
Tasha, are you able to separate what feels right versus the right strategic move for you in this game?
I think you have to. I mean, we all came to this as friends. I've loved playing with every single person here. I think everyone's a great player and brings a lot to the table, but at the end of the day, we're all doing what we think is right for our own game.
Sarah, you did have the correct solution to that puzzle, but about a half second too late. How would you feel if you were a half second away from winning this game when all is said and done?
Big time heartbreak. If I get voted out here, I will never stop thinking about the fact that a half a second could have just been like me, like I was pouring water in my head, I was like running with my water bottle, I took my shirt off at one point. Any of those things could have added up to like 5 seconds. And that's more than what I needed to change the outcome.
Pat, Sarah's loss is obviously your gain. You are in the final 3, something that none of the others can say yet. Did you find yourself with an unusual amount of power all of a sudden now?
I did find myself with a lot of power, Jim, and I suppose statistically it is unusual.
Okay, so what do you plan on doing with that power, Pat?
I definitely use my power to try to influence the votes the way I want them to go. I feel pretty good that the votes are going to go pretty much dead on the way I expect here.
Haley, did you have to do a lot of campaigning to your tribe mates in this round so that you'll be able to be a part of the final three?
Yeah, I feel like all of us did a lot of campaigning, the three of us that weren't safe. You're not just gonna go through that challenge and go through this entire game and not fight for a spot in that final three.
Sarah, what do you think this vote is ultimately going to come down to? If you could summarize it in one word, what is this vote going to be based on?
Winning.
Winning? Tasha, do you agree? Is this vote going to be about who can I beat in the final three? This is my last chance to take out my biggest rival left in this game that might threaten my own chances against the jury?
Probably. I think all four of us have played very different games, and I think all of us have a case to be made at the jury. It's just what you think is the best path for you. It's very different than the beginning of the game where you're trying to build up numbers. The numbers have definitely dwindled, and it's all about what makes the most sense for you as final tribal.
Haley, if you do make the final tribal council, would you feel confident in your argument that you could present to the jury?
Yeah, I have things in the back of my mind kind of prepared of what I want to say if I do make it to that final three. I think that my case is pretty strong.
Pat, do you like your chances in the final three against any combination of the other three?
I've always liked my chances in the final three, simply for the fact that I love talking to large groups of people. And I feel like that skill is going to come in handy.
Sarah, what preparations would you like to make in between this vote and the final tribal council, provided that you make it through this vote?
Just, I guess, gathering my thoughts on, presenting my case. I feel overall really happy with the game I played, and I do think I have a very solid case for winning. I think my issue is going to be, maybe I'm not as confident as Pat at talking to a large group of people and being as persuasive, but hopefully my game can more speak for itself.
I will remind you that this right here may be your final chance to just add an exclamation point onto everything that you've done so far in this game. And before we do the vote, is there anything anyone would like to add to this conversation?
I guess just good luck, everybody. It's been a pleasure playing with you guys.
It's been great.
No hard feelings.
Same.
On that note, it is time to vote, and Pat, you're up first.
It's been so fun playing with you, and I think you're a great sport, and I know there's no hard feelings. I get to mirror you. Sorry, Sarah.
Once the votes have been read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the vote. The first vote, Tasha. Sarah. One vote Sarah, one vote Tasha. Tasha. Two votes Tasha, one vote Sarah, one vote left. The 11th person voted out of Survivor Branford, Tasha. Tasha, that's three.
Great game, Tasha.
Such a good game, though.
Seriously.
Such a good game.
Tasha, great run this year. Great way representing the new players, the future of Survivor Branford. But I'm sorry, tried to spook. Time for you to go.
I kind of knew that was going to happen. I tried really hard at the beginning of the merge to play under the radar, control my threat level, and I wasn't targeted by anyone. But I think kind of coordinating the Brandon vote and then Haley and I making that big move with the Dennis vote, I think the three returners just wanted to stick together and didn't want to bring me to the final. So tried to build those relationships, didn't end up getting there, but super happy.